Welcome to the Village Family Services. I'm Angèle. Today we are chatting with Kari Sterling. She is the Regional Director of the Lived Experience and Recovery Network and committee member of the North Bay Defeat Depression. We also have with us Ken Porter, National Program Manager at Mood Disorder Society of Canada and National Campaign Manager of Defeat Depression, and is also a member of the North Bay Defeat Depression Organizing Committee. Ken was the former Vice Chair of PEP Place and is now a board member of the Nipissing Mental Health Housing and Support Services. Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. Thank you for having us on.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So in communities across this country, mental health organizations, community groups, caring companies, and concerned employees and volunteers are organizing local walks, runs, rides, and other events to raise awareness about depression and other mood disorders and help reduce the stigma that is unfairly associated with mental illness. The North Bay Defeat Depression campaign will also raise funds to assist local nonprofit mental health organizations deliver services and supports. So guys, could you give us a brief description of what is included with Defeat Depression in North Bay?
Sure. Well, why don't I start off giving a little bit of a description of the kind of the parent organization of Defeat Depression, and that is Mood Disorder Society of Canada. Mood Disorder Society of Canada is a national nonprofit charity, and our focus is on education and advocacy. And we were born out of the need for a voice for individuals who have lived experience with mood disorders, including depression, bipolar disorder, and other illnesses like that. And so we came together more than 20 years ago in order to form an organization that could provide supports and information, as well as be a voice at the table at the national level with regards to mood disorders. So we have programs that provide information and support, including Defeat Depression, which we'll talk about a little bit in a minute. But we also do information booklets. We do training programs. We have a peer support training program as well. We have a peer support forum. So individuals who are looking to just chat with somebody anonymously, that's available on our website. We partner with numerous organizations on various different projects in order to kind of promote the perspective of the individual with lived experience, because that's what's most important to us, is that even though professionally most of my career I've been a social worker, the thing that we value the most at mood disorders is the lived experience. And my own lived experience with anxiety and depression goes all the way back to when I was a teenager, when I was first diagnosed. And it's something that's part of who I am. And that's common amongst all people who work for mood disorders. We all have lived experience, our own stories to tell. And that's what's very important, is getting that story out, sharing the message in any way possible. And collaboration and partnership is the way that we do our business. And it was from that perspective that we started the campaign more than 10 years ago. So this is actually our 10th anniversary for the Defeat Depression campaign.
Yes.
And we're very proud of that for 10 years now, we have been supporting organizations from one side of the country to the other. We're a little bit different than other national campaigns, is that it's not a fundraiser for Mood Disorder Society of Canada. The whole campaign was based on the concept of providing support to our partners, our community partners all across the country. So whether that's our friend in St. John's called the Pottle Center, or mental health recovery partners in Victoria, BC, and Learn here in North Bay. We work hard to make sure that we provide that support, because in Canada, traditionally, for a long time, mental health has been underfunded. It's significantly underfunded. For every dollar that's spent on healthcare, only 7 cents of that dollar gets spent on mental health. So there was a gap that was obvious. And in order to fill that gap, most organizations require the ability to do fundraising. And the problem is that a lot of these organizations that really need the money the most also don't have the manpower in order to do this all themselves. And so we're here to support those fundraisers, and we organize a grassroots movement in each of these communities that come together with the purpose of raising money to support local mental health. So it's a very important aspect of what we do is that it comes from the grassroots. It's not us imposing this. It's us coming together to help a worthy cause. And the campaign itself has grown and grown and grown, and raised millions of dollars in order to support organizations, and we keep going every year. This year, every year we hold walks and runs, and this year, like last year, we're facing significant challenges. The idea of us getting together in person and having a walk sounds so appealing right now, that we could all get together and talk and share stories and talk about our lived experience, because that's one of the best things that happens at Defeat Depression's events. But because of COVID-19, we are not able to do that. And so two things have happened because of COVID-19. Obviously, there's a health aspect to it. We're all very familiar with that. But what's happened is that during this period, the mental health has significantly been affected across the board. Rates of depression have more than doubled. Anxiety has quadrupled. Suicides are out of control. Addictions issues. That's not to mention the trauma that our frontline healthcare workers are facing every day, going into working in hospitals where they're dealing with situations where people can't go visit their own loved ones when they're in critical care in ICU, and it's just a terrible situation that none of us were prepared for. And the consequences are that there's a demand for mental health services now more than ever. At the same time, we have a lot of people who are out of work, and donations are down. So that's a terrible combination of the need for service versus the availability of funds. And so we really, really need as many people as possible to engage and support this campaign whenever possible, wherever possible. Here locally, Kari's going to talk about what we're doing in North Bay, but across the country, no matter what community you're living in, even if there isn't a local event in your community, you can still sign up for a virtual walk. You can still engage in fundraising. You can still go out and complete your physical activity that we encourage you to do in your neighborhood, in your house. If it's doing a yoga session, walking on the treadmill, walking around your block in your neighborhood, whatever it is that you need to do to stay safe, in a very safe way, that we want to make sure that you're able to support the organizations that are desperately needing help. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make the biggest impact we can in the best way possible. And trying to do it's a tough time, but we're all dedicated to it. The committees that we have are all fantastic people, and I think I'll let Kari talk a little bit about our local committee and the things that we're doing, because honestly, the North Bay community has really shown they've really stepped up and have done a fantastic job. There's still lots of work to do, but man, they've really, really, really come together. So I'll hand it over to you, Kari.
Well, thank you, Ken, and thank you, Angel. I certainly appreciate this time to be able to share what it is that we're doing. So as from the perspective of LEARN, we are a networking body that links, supports, and educates all consumer survivor initiatives in the Northeast of Ontario. And so those are organizations that serve individuals with mental health challenges and addictions. And so the people that we're supporting are those that are running these organizations. And as Ken mentioned with Mood Disorder Society of Canada, anybody who works there have their own lived experience and are able to share their stories. It is the same with LEARN. Anybody operating or running any of our peer initiatives are peers and also have their own lived experience. And so they are very passionate at the work that we do, because we're able to help provide them with that support and that education for them to be able to continue to do their jobs, and not only do their jobs, but train others to do, peer work as well. And so the funds that we raise go towards peer support training and suicide prevention. For North Bay Defeat Depression, we are really fortunate because we have such a fabulous team, if I don't mind saying so myself. And definitely one of the individuals on our team, Mark Caldwell, is certainly our fundraising guru and has been number 2 fundraiser in Canada the past 2 years. So we're certainly fortunate. We have not stopped fundraising since the last Defeat Depression event, which was last May, and we just continued. And so we're in a very good position right now. We're at 65 roughly % of our goal with over $16,000 raised. Our goal is 25,000, and we'd really like to see more individuals register as either individually or as a team to help boost those numbers with participants. And the goal this year, we have been working really hard at creating a wellness week leading up to the big national Defeat Depression live stream event. And this is full of speakers and presenters that are offering all sorts of wellness workshops geared to families, you know, anybody really. And so we're excited to be able to share that. Asking for a donation of $5. It's fine if people are not able to afford that because the whole goal is that it's Wellness Week and we want everybody to be able to benefit from that and to help them in that way to improve their mental well-being as well. So everybody will have access to be able to take part in all of those workshops. And then leading up to the big day, Mood Disorder Society of Canada has their national live streaming event that will take place 11 till 12, Ken?
Right, 11 a.m. on the 29th.
Yes. And then North Bay Defeat Depression will also stream something. I don't know quite yet what it is. We're still working on that, and I don't want to give all the details away. And we will be offering some activities as well on that day. And so this is our 3rd year. And again, we're so successful because of the committee members on our team and the people that we've attracted and the like minds and the passion behind this, because they know exactly what Ken said about the stats and the importance of being able to make that difference and leading by example. And so we ask for people to help support us by either sharing our posts, being able to help register, to donate, to sponsor us even, and there's a whole sponsorship package. Anybody is welcome to reach out and receive one of those packages, take a look, no pressure, and even just to help share us, you know, share with us in spreading that message and to help reduce the stigma associated with mental health. As for myself, I've lived with depression my whole life, and I grew up with my mom having, you know, many mental health issues over her lifetime. And so we want to continue that awareness, part of that campaign, to let people know that it's, you know, it's okay to be not okay, and it's okay to talk about it. And mental health is no different than physical health, and we need to look at both the same and treat both the same.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. I really love your t-shirt. Is that part of the $5 registration, or like how do we get that?
Let me explain. I'll cut in here. It's a $25 registration fee when you first sign up. So that's anybody that registers will get that. But in exchange for that, you will receive a full registration kit, which does include the t-shirt. It's a little bit different than the one Kari's wearing because that's the one from last year. I can show you briefly. This is a little picture of what you're going to get. So you get your Defeat Depression t-shirt this year in gray. It's going to come in our blue backpack bag, which is a drawstring bag. You're going to get a nice bandana, which is quite appropriate for the times. And of course, because it's our 10th year, you're going to get a little badge that's celebrating 10 years of supporting mental health in Canada. So that's what you get for $25. And remember, it's a fundraising platform that's designed for what we call peer-to-peer fundraising. So registration is nice, and we appreciate everybody who's going to register, but we would like everybody to set a goal for themselves to raise $100. If you can do that, then your registration goes a long way. And that seems like a lot when you think $100, but really that's just 4 $25 donations. And each one of those $25 donations is tax receivable from Mood Disorder Society of Canada. So it's important that we get as many people signed up as we can and get them involved with a fundraising to really support a great cause, because peer support and suicide prevention is something that is desperately needed now more than ever. So I really encourage as many people to come together. I just want to mention one thing. Kari talked a little bit about it, but because it's a national campaign, and usually we all have the fun of getting together in person and doing a little walk and run, and it's all really great. So as Kari mentioned, we are planning our National Defeat Depression Day live stream broadcast, and that's on May 29th at 11 a.m. And I encourage everybody to come and watch it. It's hosted again by Jessica Holmes, and we have a lot of other surprise guests and performers and everything. But this year, it's really about celebrating Defeat Depression, the campaign, and the people and the organizations that's been impacted over the last 10 years. So we have testimonials from organizations, people talking about how it's affected them throughout the years. So a lot of really good information and a lot of fun. So I hope that everybody can join us for that day for that live stream as well.
Perfect. And one more question. How do we find Defeat Depression? Should we want to register or donate?
You can go to northbay.defeatdepression.ca to register.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was great. Thank you so much. This is really good information and very important nowadays. So I'm and I'm proud to be part of this group. You guys are really amazing.
Thank you, Angel. And anybody else that hears, our message and you're in this interview as well, we are also open to having more individuals join our committee that are, wanting to make a difference as well. So the door is open to encourage others to join us and to help move forward with our campaign.
That's great. So excellent. I think that's it. You guys are excellent. You guys have a good day.
Yes, Angel.
Awesome. Thank you.